We are going to be talking today about two very significant outer planetary transits. In this episode of the Cosmic Sky Podcast, we're going to first talk about Jupiter trine Neptune, and then we're going to talk about Jupiter sextile Uranus. All big part of this big formation, this big configuration, this grand configuration in July 2026. So, I'm going to be delving in. The first one is Jupiter trine Neptune, and this is exact 4 degrees on the 20th. So it's exact on the 20th. So these are actually a day apart. So Jupiter trine Neptune is exact on the 20th. Jupiter sextile Uranus is exact on the 21st. This is part 1. Tomorrow I'm going to do the 12 sign overview for both of these two transits. First sword of the astrology of July 20th, July 21st. What we also have going on in July 20th is the Jupiter opposite Pluto transit, which I have videos for that I did a couple of days ago in the Cosmic Sky Podcast. You can check those out. They are available for you to watch, both the collective and the 12th sign. I'm just doing the collective today, and then I'll do the individual signs tomorrow for all of you. So, oh my gosh, am I thrilled to be here? Am I thrilled to still be here? I passed the test. I'm still here. And I'm so glad to continue on this journey with you and not leave you behind because AI would take my channel. I'm so fortunate that nothing bad happened today. I was very low and cool I was going to film, but I did not have the security to do so. It would have been just a really difficult experience for me doing this. So now I'm doing this in a more secure place. Now my channel is still here, and it does give me a sigh of relief to know that. It does. So, I want to continue to do videos. I don't want to leave YouTube. I was just making sure because the past couple weeks, accounts got removed. So we're at the same time of the day, and so, so now I'm here now doing this video. So, let us delve into the very first transit, which is Jupiter trine Neptune. The Jupiter, first of all, is the transit of expansion. So I'm sort of talking about two transits in one video. I was going to do just Jupiter trine Neptune, but I think it makes sense to do both of these two together. Saves me from having to make another set of videos, and I'm going to be talking about the Uranus-Neptune sextile also, which is the final piece of the puzzle of this configuration that we're having. Some astrologers call it the cradle formation. I call it the Star of David formation, just because it resembles sort of the feature of the Star of David. Just how things are trine sextile to each other with the opposition going on. That's sort of the odd one out, sticks out. But however you define it, this is the astrology going on in the month of July. So here we are. So, alright. So, now I'm going to delve in to Jupiter trine Neptune. Alrighty, so Jupiter trine Neptune. Jupiter is expansion. It is the planet of big energy, big expansive possibilities, big expansive chains and gains and all over the place. I mean, you're just blowing it up. You're just blowing it out of proportion. You're just making it bigger. Jupiter wants to make things big, make things exciting, loud, very, but it's philosophical, it's intellectual, so there's a moral quality to it. There's a moral quality to it. And Jupiter is faith and optimism. Jupiter is expansive possibilities. And Jupiter represents newness. It represents moving into new directions, moving into new pathways, moving into new that ways. Okay, so you want to keep these things in mind when associating Jupiter to what we're going on here. So, with this transit of Jupiter trine Neptune, we are going on some sort of quest at this particular time. We are going on a quest, and this quest is you seeking a truth. We are seeking a truth at this time. We are seeking a truth. Truth that we want to unveil, a truth that we want to uncover, that we want to experience, all the kind of thing with that. So we are really, really finding new truths, finding new revelations, finding new revolutions for whatever we are doing in our own lives. So it is wanting to uncover meaning. This ultimately Jupiter wants. And so with Jupiter trine Neptune, we could see the themes of generosity coming out, because Jupiter is the planet of giving, benevolence, wanting to spread your love and enthusiasm and energy all over. It wants to be, with Jupiter trine Neptune, greater compassion. We want to be more compassionate to everyone. We want to be more kind to everyone. We want to be more loving to everyone. We want to be more considerate. We want to think of the greater good. We want to think of the collective. We want the best for the all, because Neptune is the all. Neptune is, we are flowing with the all. So Neptune is the principle of spiritual compassion. Neptune discovered sort of this split with Neptune between what is material and intangible, the tangible and the intangible, where everything sort of blends into oneness and togetherness, and nothing is separate, nothing is put over here or put over there. Everything is connected and brought into some kind of harmony with Neptunian energy. We want to blend the world. We want to connect everything. We don't want to have any boundaries. We don't want to have any separation. So ideas that seem to come from elsewhere is a Neptunian idea. When we have a Neptunian idea, it's from our imagination. It's from our higher self. It's from our guides. It's likely something that we channeled from the higher realms, from the spiritual realms. It's likely something there. Likely something there. Okay. So, like authors, writers, they have creative visions. They have creative ideas. And they have all kinds of things up in their minds, which says, I want to create this because I just had this intuition. Like, I had this new revolutionary idea that this would be amazing. This would be fabulous. This would be something to reinvent the wheel. Something to reinvent everything. And we're going to talk about that when we get to the sextile to Uranus later, but just to sort of bring this into our sort of context right now, it goes beyond the logical mind. It goes beyond the left brain. It is more right brain. So that's what you want to think about with that. So what are you called to act on? Because Jupiter and Neptune are both in fire signs. They are both in signs which say action. Act on your inspiration. Move the energy. Make things happen in your life. Don't sit on the couch and just eat potato chips or do whatever. Like, actually stand up and make something happen. Like, that's the energy, because Jupiter in Leo, Neptune in Aries, these two signs are all about self-expression and authenticity and energy and vitality. So when with this transit comes about deeper compassion, we have deeper compassion for who we are, who we want to be, who we share ourselves to be out into the world. That is what we are finding now at this time. Deep compassion. We feel a sense of love for others. We feel love. We feel so much empathy for everyone that we just want to bask in that empathy. We just want to give from our hearts and be out and beam that energy. Now, the universe at this time, or spirit or the divine or whoever, is granting you with new opportunities. Now, these new opportunities may come in many, many forms. A new job, a new relationship, whatever comes in it with whatever. Now, it can be the houses that these two planets fall in, your chart with areas of life. Or it could be based on other factors. You can't just isolate one factor alone. You sort of have to take it into context of the whole chart. So, new opportunities. New gains for expansion. So these new opportunities are sort of coming online for us now, coming to seeing, coming to be, So, we are being gifted with the new opportunities. And, when opportunity knocks, the universe wants you to answer. So there's a saying here. And this really, really goes great with what we're talking about here, because the universe gives you opportunities. It gives you signs. It gives you clues. It gives you open doorways for expansion with all these things. And it wants you to take advantage. It wants you to really, really live your full, most authentic, free version of yourself. And it wants you to live the fullest life possible. It wants you to live all the full range of how you can live in your life. So, this is really, really important, because Jupiter is new opportunities. And these new opportunities are opening for us. Now, the evolution with this is, can we not just be in the fantasy in the mind, but can we blend it with the practical, with the three-dimensional, with the third-dimensional, with the concrete? Can we blend these two together? Something harmonious and something great. So can we blend these two together? Can we blend our visions and ideas with on the practical plane? So, alrighty. Getting back to what I was saying. So, yeah, we want to, how can we manifest our ideas? How can we manifest our visions with the world? How can we make these dreams real? In fire signs, it's about making the dream real. So, how can we take just something that's just a vision or a pipe dream or something intangible and make it tangible by actually putting form to it, actually creating something out of it? That's what we can do with this energy. Now, can we maintain strong boundaries? This is the other thing, because Neptune dissolves boundaries, and trines at the low level can make us really, really, to put it bluntly, lazy. Trines are not the most activating aspect. Sextiles are like, here's an opportunity, but it's up to you to take advantage of it. It's up to you to actually open the window and grab the cherries from the tree and take them and into your own hands. You know, that's what sextiles are. So, can we maintain, where the sense of like knowing where you end and others begin here is what I'm trying to say here. So, maintaining strong boundaries, keeping all these things up really, really strongly with what we are doing. So, yeah. So that's what we're sort of keeping in mind here. So, that's really, really important. This is a really, really huge piece right here. So can we not look at the shadow? Where do we need to not, we need to look at the shadow. We can't bypass this. We have to see the shadow. We have to see the lesson that we need to learn, and we have to learn that lesson. We have to amend that lesson. So, can we manifest what we desire? Can we make it happen? Can we make it a reality? Can we make it tangible? Yeah. Okay. Now, with this, can we make things happen? Can we manifest what we want? What we most want in our hearts? What we most want in our minds? And can we open up to limitless possibilities? The short is going to come out on, I don't know what day it's going to come out, but I'm going to sing a song at the very, very beginning. I'm going to go, limitless possibilities, and I do that purposely because Jupiter and Neptune are limitless. Are expansive. They are bound to what is going on with the all. They are really, really about very freeing, very, very open possibilities, and they're both about expanding and not holding back the possibilities. So these form greater imagination. We have greater imagination. Our imagination is awakened with this. And what can happen is, what could we do if we ask the question, if I weren't afraid, I would? If I weren't afraid, then what would I do if I weren't afraid, if I were not afraid? This is about transcending your fear, transcending your doubts, transcending your limitations, and just opening up to something greater. Opening up to something expansive, something bigger, something better that is not in your limited egoic fears that you have. Now, with this, we feel a greater hope and optimism. We feel a greater benevolence, a greater benevolent energy going on here. We want to give. We want to give goodwill. We want to be kind. We want to be selfless. We want to be charitable. We want to share our open and loving, giving qualities to others. Now, this is great for helping out people who are in need. Poor, sick, could be helping the ones who need support. And we feel joy when we give to others. It feels rewarding to give to others. On a soul level, it feels good. It just feels good. It just feels right to just give. But are we giving from a well that is full? That we have nourished ourselves, that we have taken care of ourselves, that we have drawn enough boundaries that we can tend to ourselves. And then from that full place, we can then give to others. Now, the creative avenues, such as art, music that you channel, are down the Baton Rouge, and music. That's like classical music. I'm not talking about punk or rock or heavy metal. Really, really low frequency music. I know somebody whose choice of music is just really low vibration, and I do not subscribe to that kind of music at all. That is just like so unspiritual. But anyway, art and music from higher realms that you bring down to earth. This is really, really huge. That you bring these things down from the higher realms. Again, transcending ideas from the higher realms. And really, with this being in the fire signs, Aries and Leo, you can do anything if you set your mind to it. That's Aries energy. That's Leo energy. That's Sagittarius energy. That's fire energy. And that's really a positive use of the ego. The ego is our mind. Ego is our rationality. So we can do anything that we set our mind to. Now, with it being in fire signs, we can have the faith, have the hope, and we can make it happen. We can act on it. We can make it a reality. That's what we can do, is make it tangible for us. Have that optimism and make it happen. That's really, really huge. Now, with Jupiter and Neptune both in Aries and Leo, we can inspire others to become confident within themselves. We inspire others to be strong in their sense of identity, strong in their sense of individuality, strong in the sense of knowing who they are, knowing what their gifts are, knowing what their strengths are, knowing what their talents are, knowing what they're good at, knowing what they have the potential to achieve in this lifetime. We can uplift others to live more fun, joyful, and more fulfilling lives that are true for them. That's the positive use, the compassionate use of Jupiter and Neptune in fire signs. So helping others find, and I wonder if that will be a question in the AI Ask feature. If you go below and you go to the AI Ask feature, it gives you a summary, and then it gives you questions, and I wonder if that will be one of the questions that will pop up. I don't know. I think that they changed, but I think they changed themselves out or whatever. But it's about helping others find their joy in creative self-expression, finding what lights them up, what they're passionate about, and what they want to authentically express about themselves, in their own lives. So that's really, really huge. And we can achieve great gains and success beyond what our ego wants. We can do something more spiritual, something more soulful. Looking at, going beyond what our ego would want, what our ego plans for, what our ego maps out. We are transcending that, and we are saying, I want to do something beyond this. I want to do something different, something I've never done before, something beyond what my ego can come up with, imagine, and think of. Something more spiritual. Now, with this, can we trust our intuition? Can we trust the messages that our intuition is trying to send us, trying to teach us, trying to show us the way? Can we trust our inner knowing, trust the nudges that tell us, this feels right, this feels good, this feels okay, this feels like the direction to go in at this time. This resonates with my own energy, and I want to go in this direction. And the hidden messages, the signs that we get from our intuition in the outside world. And can we trust those signs? Can we have broader, higher, more philosophical and spiritual visions? Can we really open up to all that kind of thing going on right here? Of what we are doing in this sense of the word. And an opportunity is coming to you. An opportunity that is gifted you, that is a gift handed to you by Spirit. It's like a sponsor handing you a gift in Hunger Games as you're trying to survive. That this aspect is that sponsored gift. And it's about being present. Being present and not losing touch with reality. Not losing touch with what's going on right here and right now. Can we be totally here and now? Because we can escape into our fantasies. We can escape into the other worlds, what we are dreaming up, what we are imagining, and not facing what we are dealing with right now. What we are going through, we're experiencing right now in this tangible reality. What we can touch, taste, smell, hear, see. So not losing touch with that, with the tangible world, with the three-dimensional world, third-dimensional world, and higher spiritual beliefs. We have higher spiritual beliefs, higher spiritual philosophies with this transit. Now, I am putting more emphasis on the Jupiter-Neptune trine in this video, but I will also talk about the other aspect going on here that I'm putting together here. So, beliefs that are not, low beliefs. They are beliefs that are rooted in love, spirituality, wisdom. And can we act on our inspiration? Can we act on what lights us up? Aries and Leo has inspiration and wants to make it happen, and it's reality. So, there you go. Now Jupiter is sextiling Uranus. Also, this is the next day. This is actually exact on the 21st, but the energy is still here on the 20th. Sextiles are different than trines because the trine is really, really easy and flowing and really, really just loose of what's going on. But sextiles ask you to do something. They ask you to take action. They ask you to make something happen and take advantage of the opportunity that's being presented to you. If there's a tree of cherries and you're in your house and you have a window blocking that tree, then open the window, reach out, grab the cherries, and enjoy them. But it's up to you to actually open the window and reach out and grab the cherries. The tree is right there. It's so tempting. It's so delicious. But it's up to you to do it. You see, that's how sextiles work. So, that's what we're looking at here. So with Jupiter sextile Uranus, we are radically changing. We are radically going in new, unexpected directions because Uranus is the new and the unexpected. We are focusing on sharing information with Uranus and Gemini, sharing ideas, networking with each other. Jupiter and Leo is creative self-expression and shining in your own light, so that's can also be really, really huge. And with this we are communicating. Uranus is the higher octave of Mercury, so there's an intellectual, communicative, higher-minded, we're more advanced. We think in a more advanced, higher-minded way with Uranus energy. And we're acting, we're doing things. We are taking a leap of faith. This represents taking a leap of faith and doing something with not needing the validation externally, or not needing enough information before we take action. Now, this is way easier said than done because I constantly need external validation now with Pluto retrograde. Can we challenge that and say, okay, maybe I don't need this external validation. Maybe I can trust in the unknown, trust in spirit that it has my back, and trust that I already know the answers, instead of waiting, instead of looking outside yourself for the answers. That can be what this is about as well. So the downside of this is not getting caught up in all that glitter. It's not getting caught up in in the next shiny thing, and the next great opportunity, the next great chance. Now with this, we want to be very, very mindful of the opportunities that we're taking advantage of, and really, really rooting it in wisdom and knowledge. So we want to take advantage of opportunities during this particular transit. And that's what we want to do. We want to take advantage of all the opportunities that Jupiter and Uranus are giving to us. We want to have meaningful visions for our lives, meaningful looks at what we are doing. Something that gives meaning to us. Something that matters a lot to us. And with Uranus energy, with Jupiter sextile Uranus, we have flashes of insight. We have new insight. That's coming online for us now. New ideas, like, whoa, I never thought of that. Like, it came out of left field, it came out of nowhere. Like, I didn't know it before. I didn't think about it before. So, having a vision and acting on it. Jupiter and Leo is about actually manifesting your dreams. And this is the whole premise of this thing, because this is, this video is the spiritual vision, because Jupiter and Uranus and Jupiter and Neptune are giving you the vision, are giving you the insight, are giving you the idea that's higher spiritually minded. But it's up to you to actively, proactively co-create your life and act on it. Now, Uranus, Jupiter sextile Uranus can be innovation, innovating new things, coming up with new inventions, coming up with new ways of being, and it also looks at technology, so there could be expansion in technology at this particular point in time. With new technological innovations, some new directions that are getting taken with technology. Maybe we're finally coming to terms with AI and how the light and shadow side of AI, and how it can become detrimental. And I was talking to my mom about this in the car. Like, let's hope that it doesn't develop a consciousness and doesn't start dictating its own, actions and start going against us. Like, we need to be very, very mindful of the monster that we probably could be creating with technology and AI, and nipping it in the bud so that it doesn't become destructive, so that it doesn't take over humanity and act immoral and unethical and all those things, because AI is just crazy and people use it in a lot of crazy ways. Right now people are using it, but imagine if it could be its own entity and take over. Like, we don't want to go there, and we want to really, really be aware of the direction that we're going, so that we can, this has never happened in history before, so we are stepping into new waters with all this stuff. We're stepping, it's our first time in here. We're dipping our toe into the water right now, but we need to change some things and make ourselves, we need to dress in the right gear before we just go across the ocean. In order to go across the ocean, we have to dress right. We have to be in the right conditions. So I don't feel that we're in the right conditions right now. So we have to change that and reinvent that and reevaluate the facts and the things going on with AI to make it really, really better and, for us for the long term. So anyway, that's all that I have to say for Jupiter trine Neptune and sextile Uranus. I will see you back in part 2, which will be tomorrow. I'll be discussing how this transit will impact all 12 signs, what you all need to know based off of your 12 signs. This is coming out very, very late in the day. I intended to come out this afternoon, but again, I felt insecure. So glad to still be here on this channel. So glad to still be making videos on Substack if that's opened up. So for those viewers on Substack, welcome to my content. Viewers on Spotify, thank you for tuning in, or wherever you're tuning into this podcast, I want to say. Thank you for watching, and bye for now.